Welcome to the GodShow.us Daily, Ringside Physical Night. The physician has examined the audience, checked their pulses, noted their anxiety levels, reluctantly cleared them to receive one question, answered by 15 wisdom traditions. Contestants, every mask you have ever worn. Tonight's surface, the floor.
What if we run? What will drive your heart? The engine.
TheGodShow.us is a free daily multilingual project where one question gets answered through 15 wisdom traditions. Find the question of the day, ask your own, and discover your own belief profile at TheGodShow.us. Today's question: why does failing in front of everyone sometimes turn out to be the thing that finally made people take you seriously? The word doing all the work here is not failing, it is finally. Finally implies something was blocked before the failure. Something was keeping the serious attention away. The question is really about what that thing was and why public humiliation was apparently the only instrument sharp enough to remove it. Why does failing in front of everyone sometimes turn out to be the thing that finally made people take you seriously? Islam goes first, and it does not reach for comfort. It says, the crowd watched you fall, and what they saw was your floor, your actual floor, not the ceiling you had been performing. Every prostration begins the same way, forehead to earth, body admitting what it is. The tradition's claim is that people trust the one who has bowed because they already know that person survived the bow. The mask was never your face. What remained when it broke? That was.
Which is a beautiful image until you remember that not every public failure reads as authentic surrender. Sometimes people watch you collapse and they just leave. The mask falls off and there's nothing underneath that holds their attention. Islam is describing the best version of this. It is not describing the most common one.
Stoicism agrees with you, actually, and it makes the disagreement sharper. Because Stoicism says people were not watching for your success. They were watching for your spine. The failure stripped the performance, left only the person underneath, and what people cannot stop respecting is someone who stood in the open wreckage and did not lie about what they saw. So the Stoic move is not be vulnerable. It is do not perform competence while drowning. Those are different instructions.
Judaism adds a completely different axis. It quotes the Talmud, a scholar who cannot say, Eini Yodea, I do not know, is no scholar at all. Before you failed publicly, people were tracking your arguments. After they were tracking you, the mask came off and someone was standing there. That someone, trembling, present, is the only thing worth following. Judaism is not interested in the failure as spiritual event. It is interested in what the failure made legible.
Zen makes this almost surgical. 3 things the fall gave you that careful performance never could. First, a body. Suddenly you had one. Sweating, no longer a concept. Second, a sound. The room heard the actual pitch of you, not the rehearsed note. Third, a beginning. Before you were demonstrating, after you were practicing. And Zen says only a student practicing is something a master recognizes as real. The crowd did not respect the stumble. They finally saw the student. And Star Wars does something interesting with this. Luke Skywalker, Death Star run, turns off the targeting computer in front of the entire Rebel Alliance and trusts something he cannot explain. Every general watching that moment thought, oh, that one is not performing anymore.
Vedanta takes it the furthest, and it is the strangest answer here. It says the constructed self you'd rehearsed for years burned away in 60 seconds. And then it uses this image. Camphor burns completely, leaves no residue, no dark smear of wax. Only the flame briefly visible, then the flame gone. What remains is not a humbled person. It is the witnessing stillness that was never performing. Crowds can feel the difference between a mask and a face. That stillness is what they finally took seriously, which puts the whole episode on a different ground than Islam or Stoicism. Because Vedanta is not saying, your real self emerged. It is saying the self that emerged is also not quite real. It is saying what they recognized was the space where performance used to be.
I'll be honest, Vedanta got under my skin in a specific place, the camphor image. No residue. The thing that burns away leaves no smear. Because that means the performance you were so careful about was never even the point. Come back tomorrow.
The ringside physician is filing her report. Diagnosis. The audience survived. Recommended treatment. One less performance. One more flaw. TheGodShow.us would like to thank our sponsor, Typeset.us. When generic web typography is letting you down, refine your work for free using Typeset.us. And thanks to DYorkMusic.com for our dark rock intro tune. TheGodShow.us is free, daily, and available in multiple languages. If it earned a cleared for listening rating from you today, share it with someone still performing their ceiling. Subscribe wherever you found this. The physician stamps the form. Patient, present, mask, burned, prognosis, finally recognizable. See you tomorrow for our take on the God Show's question of the day.